Fighting out of the blue corner. He's the defending champion and he stands with his head trainer, Terry Stewart. He wears the black, pink, and orange. He's scaled at already 11 stone, 2 pounds, 5 ounces. His professional record, a perfect one. 15 fights, 15 victories, 7 of them coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Luton, and tonight he makes his main defense of his title. Here is the reigning, defending, undefeated English middleweight champion, Linus Udofia. Udofia.
Defend yourselves at all times and the best look to touch them up, touch them up.
Good matchup to kick off this special Sunday fight night with the English middleweight belt on the line. The champion, Linus Udofia, from just down the M1 in Luton. And he told me this week he could have sold scores of tickets if crowds were allowed. Unfortunately, they're not. But we hope you enjoy this from the comfort of your home on this Sunday evening. In with John Harding Jr., who's turned his whole life around, and he's just pleased to be in there. 36 now, Harding Jr. There's been spice, there's been needle in the build-up, and it should be a decent clash, Matt.
Yeah, well, both guys looking to establish their jab here. Harding landing a couple of nice clean ones, and he's also trying to jab that body.
He'll be looking for early control. Udofia, who believes he can rise the levels in the sport. Trying to put the pressure on Harding Jr. in the build-up, suggesting that this is his last chance, but John's a happy fighter now. He's been out in Portugal with Team White. Decent jab, doubling that up. And the team believe he's strong and compact, and although he's a small middleweight, they think he's a very fit and now firing one.
He's landed a couple of nice hard jabs here already in this first round. Certainly seems the better of the two in terms of who's settled earlier and quicker. He's landed some jabs. Udofia not really found his distance yet.
It's a battle of the jabs in this opener. They have sparred together before, some 18 months ago, but not much you can read into that.
A nice jab there from Udofia. That was his, he's getting a little bit closer with his feet. You can see both guys still trying to suss that distance. They haven't quite found their range yet.
Both have worked frenetically hard for this night. Their first fight since the lockdown period, and both of them so eager to get in the ring and get on with things. And that's been the story, hasn't it, Matt, from everyone that's come back?
Yeah, I think there's going to be a little bit of rust all round, but I think it's, you know, it's a level playing field because everyone's in the same boat with that. So everyone just has to try and be as sharp and spar as much as they can and get their eye in and just prepare best they can.
Jab to the body from Udofia.
They're just coming in quick there behind the double jab. I think he almost lost his footing a little bit.
Big smile of John Harding Jr., the cheeky chappy, who's been given a second chance with life, and he's taking it. Good right hand on the bell from Udofia.
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltarol.
This has been a really tough year. This holiday's like a new start.
Found a place for a child.
My girls have been through a lot. I want them to feel good. Then leave. And believe me, we are staying on this island.
Wonders, please.
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltarol.
Okay.
Understand what I'm saying to you? Okay.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Yeah, nice right hand there from Adofia. Right
Second out. Round 2.
A good final shot of a good opener here. English 11 stone 6 belt on the line. Both came in light, but there may have been a problem with the scales because a lot of fighters did yesterday. Udofia scaled 11.25, Harding Jr. 11.22. Udofia in the black, pink and orange from Luton in fight number 16. He's yet to be beaten. Turned over in March 2016. It's been a smooth ride, but he's been off the radar a bit, and this is a chance for him, Udofia, to show us what he can do. Decent jabs and another right hand, and just a bit static there, Harding Jr., as he has to cover the body too.
Yeah, this is good stuff from Adofia. He finished that round. Well, I thought it was a good round from Harding towards the end. Then Adofia just kind of finished strong. But he started sharp here in the second, looking to chop that right hand over the jab of Harding, and he's jabbing the body well himself too. Yeah, seen again there, just looking to try and counter over the jab.
It's a solid look to Udofia as he whips out a right hand. Conventional training from the excellent Terry Stewart, who's been around the game for so long now. Many champions, and have the wealth of experience in your corner there is very important.
Beautiful. Be patient, be patient.
Be patient, shouts Xavier Miller. And of course, Dillian White's new trainer. And the team from Portugal have been very tight. Alan Babbage part of it as well on the bill a little bit later.
Yeah, boxing well here. Adofia is doubling up on that jab. You can see he's trying to, he's waiting for that jab to try and chop the right hand over it, try the left hook that time. I like the way he's going up and down with the jab. He's not becoming predictable with it.
Decent shot back from Harding Jr., but it's been a clear around this for Udofia so far. He looks relaxed, doesn't he? At ease, and the shoulders don't look tense. He's following the tactical plan, isn't he? This early.
Definitely a better round for him. He started the second as he finished the first, came out quickly, busy with his jab, jabbing the body, jabbing the head, feinting as well. Every now and then he's trying to chop that right hand over the jab of Harding when he throws it, but it's definitely been a busy round for Adofia.
Nice right hand to the body as well, and Harding just drops his gloves. He's been under the under pressure through this second, Harding. And it's good work from the Luton middleweight here, Udofia.
Yeah, nice jab there from Harding. Snapped the head back of Adofia. Nice
Tries the right
as
hand as well. Yeah, warmed up at the end of the second, Harding.
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltarol.
All right, I'm Wyn Evans, the Go Compare man. I'm often asked who does the singing voice on the ads. Come on, it's me. Here I am in real life. So, where would a mere tenner get £250 free excess cover on his car insurance? Go Compare!
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltarol.
Welcome back to Milton Keynes, Marshall Arena by the MK Dons Stadium.
10 seconds.
Good round that for Udofia, but Harding came back with a reminder. It's a good matchup, this.
Yeah, definitely. Both men trying to jab. They're quite similar in ways. They're both looking to jab the body. They're feinting. They're trying to establish the jab. I think Adofia, he's busier. He's doubling up on that jab. He's trying to chop that right hand over the top of Harding's jab when he does lead off with it. I think Adofia's settled. He's letting his hands go more. He's busier. He looks more relaxed.
Both in colourful gladiatorial garb. The pink, black and orange of Udofia, the black and gold of John Harding Jr., 9 years older from New Cross, fight number 11, 8 wins. We saw him in with Jack Cullen, short notice, and he gave a real effort there to the tall man from Little Lever.
Good jab there from Harding, snapping the head back of Adofia. Really stepped in with that one.
He's really enjoying his boxing, John Harding Jr. He's come to it late, of course. It's a real opportunity. He just wants to grab hold of a title if he can. Udofia's got ambitions well beyond this. It's a British, maybe Commonwealth and European class.
A nice cute little left hook there on the inside from Harding. On the blind side of the referee.
Stop with that jab for a minute, come back. Stop. Lovely, Chris. There you go.
Yeah, lovely jab again from Harding there. And you can see them just feinting, trying to edge a little bit closer, trying to create the opening, stepped in, real good jab, snapping the head back of Adofia, but then Adofia comes straight back at him.
It was good with that long range that Harding has, but the variety from Udofia. Look at him go to head and body as well. He just seems to have maybe slightly more in the arsenal. Adaptability too.
Yeah, good work from Adofia, but also Harding is taking some of these on the elbows and gloves. His defenses are good. He's keeping his hands nice and high.
Comes back with a right hand as well, tries to work the body as well. Oh, good uppercut from Harding Jr. And Udofia in a bit of trouble here. And he has to just reset himself. That was good from John Harding Jr. here in the third.
Yeah, Adofia's the busier of the two, but I think Harding better defenses, and he's picking his moments when to unload, and that was a good flurry from him.
Big deep gulper there after that, John Harding Jr. As the action really hots up here. Looking for the body shot again, Udofia. But you're right about the defense as well of John Harding Jr. Another good round. And they just eyeball each other at the end of that. John Harding Jr. winding up Udofia, or trying to at the press conference, but he wouldn't bite.
Every time. You come back with bear every single time. Okay? Recover. Nice. Very good work inside. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Xavier Miller very pleased with his charge there. How did he score that one?
I gave that to Harding. I thought he landed the better shots. Early on, Adofia was nice and busy, going up and down with the jab, was driving some right hands in too, but that was a really good sequence there.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Good little phase of the round for Harding. Landed a hard right hand, I think, was what stunned Adofia, and then he was unloading on both hands. And he's picking his moments a bit better for me. He's more economical.
Here's the fourth round, only the 47th of John Harding Jr.'s career. Linus Udofia, 79th.
Landing nothing, Patrick. Come back start. There you go. Make sure you're the one that's landing.
He's landing nothing, says Xavier Miller. How much are these getting through from Udofia, who is busy?
Yeah, no doubt Adofia definitely the busier of the two, particularly with that left hand, the jab. He's nice and busy, and I like that. He's finding a rhythm off it, and he's punching off it, but he's missing a lot. Harding, he's blocking a lot of it. He's taking them on the arms and the gloves.
Udofia, who won the vacant English title last November at the York Hall Bethnal Green against Tyler Denny. He's using that jab a lot, Udofia. And how punishing is it?
Yeah, he's busy with the jab, and not every single jab has to be a hurtful punch that busts your opponent up. You get rhythm, you gauge your distance off it, you find you can close the distance, you double up the jab, it keeps your opponent busy, keeps his hands up, so you can hook off it and then put combinations together. So it's good that he's being busy with the jab. It doesn't matter that he's not necessarily snapping Harding's head back with every single one of them. The jab isn't always used for that.
Good work from Harding Jr. as well. Just trying to rough up Udofia. It's a really good effort already, this, from Harding Jr.
Yeah, he was just looking for that right hook to the body, right uppercut combination. Didn't land that time. Udofia had his gloves nice and tight together and blocked it, but that was a shot in the previous round that definitely landed clean. I thought certainly got the attention of Udofia. Good uppercut there from Udofia though, timed that well.
Yeah, beautifully picked from Linus Udofia. Some classy moments in this, as well as the battle for pride. Again, working the body and that uppercut from Udofia, who's got the better variety. It's all about delivering it, and it's all about what the judges at ringside are seeing.
Udofia's certainly the busier of the two. They're both well schooled, they've both got good solid defenses, neither getting reckless, both trying to set things up behind the jab.
Your time now, Pest.
Your time now, Pest. That's what they call him, John Harding Jr. Look at that, and a body shot, and Udofia tries to match him in the center of the ring. Really enjoying this English middleweight title fight from Milton Keynes.
That was a hard one too, right down the middle. He took it well, Udofia.
10 seconds, go again.
Only 2 knockouts on the Harding slate, but he's trying to get through with the big power punches.
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltarol. Now's the time to watch the movies you've always been meaning to. Because some performances you simply have to see. Unbelievable performances.
You can't handle the truth.
Unforgettable performances.
You won't forget me, will you?
And unexpected performances. With all these unmissable performances on Sky Cinema, what are you waiting for? Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltarol.
You're the better boxer.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Dillian Whyte upstairs just near our studio position, watching on and living and breathing every moment, very close to John Harding Jr. and to Alan Babich, who he will be supporting later. Obviously spars a great deal with Babich. John Harding, he's sort of taken him under his wing. He came out of prison, Harding Jr., and he wanted to turn his life around, and he had a chance meeting with Dillian Whyte, and it's been amazing what's happened from there. And you sort of want him to get some title at some point, don't you, to sort of crown it, Matt?
Yeah, it's been a brilliant story. I mean, he's already turned his life around. If he retired in the morning, boxing has been a massive success story for him.
But here's the challenger here, champion Linus Udofia. How are you seeing things at this point?
I've got it close, but I've got Harding ahead. I think he's landing the clean, hard shots. I think Udofia's nice and busy, and he's throwing more, and he's probably even landing more, but the better shots, the harder shots are coming from Harding.
Good body shot from Harding with the right hand. Udofia coming back and looking for that uppercut again against the tall Harding Jr.
Too much time back in the head, Steve. Too much.
Keep going, mate. Put his head over the shoulder.
He's come out fast here, Udofia, throwing lots of shots.
And a body shot from Harding Jr. Back comes Udofia. Tit for tat at times. Living up to expectations. We thought this would be good.
Yeah, he's landed some hard flush shots. Harding obviously only has the 2 knockouts in his 8 wins. So I wonder what his power's like, because he's landed flush a couple of times, and Udofia's taken it well. Good uppercut there from Harding.
Yeah, lovely shot from John Harding Jr. I think that power might be a problem at middleweight as well. There was talk of dropping him down a division, and he has come in light. So he might not quite have that power to really halt Udofia, but he's doing well here, John Harding Jr.
Box on.
He was teasing Udofia about Udofia making the weight, saying that he was eating oxygen burgers in the restaurant, as in nothing. But he came in light too. All psychology. And what matters is what happens in there.
How much time?
And we're enjoying it.
Yeah, bit more urgency here from Adofia. He's trying to be physical on the inside. He's not. He doesn't want Harding holding him. You can see he's trying to manhandle him.
Here you go.
Scrappy from Yudofia. And who will start feeling the pace first? Back comes Harding, heads bumping together. It really is heating up. Decent fight, this.
That's better, just need freezing for. Yeah. More of that. You can't be standing in front of him. Yeah. All right, can't be standing in front of him. That's why he's hitting you.
You can't be standing in front of him, says Terry Stewart. More 3s and 4s. Just taking him out of his rhythm at times, isn't he, John Harding Jr.?
Harding coming straight back. You reset. You reset, so you can catch and come straight back.
Meanwhile, backstage, John Hedges. This is a big night for him as he makes his professional debut. The 18-year-old good amateur. And he's ready to go and show us what he can do.
Second out, round 6.
Hedges coming up next in a long night, a good night of boxing here from the Marshall Arena. Just wants it tidied up a little bit, the referee. But on the whole, good, honest, fair. Here comes Yudofia, just starting to up the tempo.
Now you come back.
Second half of this, lovely right hand. Good shot.
Yeah, it's been a good tempo, really, from the second round. First round, he was a little bit more cautious of Adofia, but certainly from the second round on, he's been really busy. Good jab, good body shots as well. Of course, Harding, very good defense, taking a lot of them on the arms and gloves, but just from the sheer volume, Adofia is getting through with some.
He's the more natural, stylistic fighter, isn't he, Yudofia?
Yeah, I think so, definitely. He's got a nice fluidity to him. His boxing in a nice rhythm, good composure. There's more of a flow to his work. Sometimes Harding is explosive. When he throws that 1-2 down the middle, and particularly right hooks the body, right uppercut combinations you've seen there. He looks
Really
strong.
digging in hard. Hurtful shots now, especially to the body at this stage. It's clever work at English level. It really is.
Yeah, I think Harding's fighting more in bursts. He's taking his time. He's trying to get a breather. He's staying tight defensively. He's trying to get a bit of work out of Adofia, trying to get him to open up, and then every now and then he'll explode with a combination.
All level on that unofficial card. 3 judges at ringside scoring this. English title on the line. And how much the two of them want to take it home. It's a bit wild with the uppercut, Yudofia. It could come down to pace, couldn't it, and fitness, and who's got that little bit more drive down the stretch.
Move your head in the way, Pest. Let's go. Let's go, Pest. Let's go, Pest. Hands up. Lively, Pest.
Lively Pest, but it's Yudofia. And now Harding comes back with loves those overhand rights, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, and Adofia, you know, he's been caught with a few of those. Looking to chop his own right hand down there, didn't quite land.
Use that free hand and work, Pest.
30 seconds left in this one.
No doubt about that.
But at times, Harding really does get going. Nice work, though, from Yudofia. That was class.
Yeah, it was like almost like a right screw shot, uppercut through the middle.
Right back from Harding Jr.
Yeah, good body shots there from Adofia, and Harding did come down the middle with a counter right hand.
Bit of a grimace there from John Harding Jr. as he bites on that gum shield, not the smile that he had earlier. Is he feeling it a bit? Good round for Yudofia.
Get that one out. So you're breathing all the way down. Come on, bro. Don't let this guy get off with his little light judge first. You've got to disrupt his move.
Yeah, that was that right hook to the body, right uppercut to the head combination that Harding likes to throw. Good shot. There's that long right uppercut from the outside that Udofia threw, landed. Good shot again through the middle.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Really good fight, really well matched here. Udofia certainly the busier of the two, but Harding fires back with good combinations himself.
Both have got good backstories as well. Linus was born in Nigeria, moved to England when he was 8. He had it tough, joined the Hockwell Ring Club in Luton, 29 of 33 as an amateur. And as a pro, he's unbeaten in 15. John Harding Jr., we started kickboxing. At 11, 12 he went into boxing. Good right hand from Udofia there. Nice work.
Yeah, I really like the way he managed to pivot up to the side as well and change the angle.
Straight on him, Linus, straight on him.
Just had those spells in jail, in trouble. John Harding Jr. But he's recovered and he's got his life straight and he really wants this English title. But Udofia just sprinkling a little more class on now with this variety. That's what Terry Stewart was asking for, the 3s and 4s, and just wilting to me slightly, Harding Jr. Don't know what you think, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a good old pace that he's set here, Udofia, and he's been consistent with it, with the tempo. He landed a couple of good left hooks there, head and body. He's mixing the combinations up. A bit more variety coming from Udofia.
Trying to chuck out that right hand, Harding, but just on the inside, looking to rest and then attempting an uppercut of his own.
Yeah, doing a lot of holding on the inside, holding it, but he's also threading through a few right uppercuts through the middle as well. So he's kind of holding and hitting, which if you can get away with it, get away with it. So he's certainly doing it to decent effect. He's smothering the work of Udofia, but he's still managing to land some shots himself.
Ted Bammy helped him early on. He trained alongside Isaac Chamberlain and Dillian down in Miguel's gym, of course, in Brixton.
You've got to be first, take on the ground. Now round the angle. Stop boxing! On him, Linus, on him. Jab, within phases. Right, time to go, Pep. Forget that. Time to go, Pep. Let's go.
Both corners really living this. Proud of their charges. They've whipped them into terrific shape.
There you go. Lock his head. That's it. Lock his hand, mate. Keep around it. And work. Good defence, Pep. And again, come straight back. Go straight back, Pep. And again. He's missing, Pep. You've got to come back. 2 shots, Pep. There you go. And again, you've got 2 shots, Pep. He's missing, Pep. You've got to come back. There you go.
You've got to throw more than one, they're saying to Harding Jr.
Pep, it's got to be more than one. Go again.
And they're right, aren't they?
Good uppercuts there from Udofia. Yeah, he's landing good shots, Harding. Certainly in every round here competitive, but I think Udofia just higher tempo, busier of the two. I wonder, is he getting these rounds?
Yep, higher tempo, that extra quality, and also the weight probably helps too.
Yeah. Stop going in corners now. Huh? Stop going in corners now. Yeah. Stop looking at faces, right?
Don't tell me to try and do it. Do it. You know one's not going to be enough here. One will not be enough. You know what I mean? Your jab is sharper, but you're not throwing it. Throw the jab sharp. Let the 1-2 go.
Deep breath.
Let the body shots go, Pep.
They're slightly more concerned now, aren't they, in that red corner?
Yeah, I think maybe they feel that he's perhaps slipping behind on the cards. And I think they're bang on right what they're saying. He's throwing some good shots when he throws them. He's just waiting too long and he's throwing single shots. He needs to be busier because Udofia is very busy, throwing lots of punches. And even though not all of them are getting through, he looks busy and he's finding a nice rhythm off the back of it. He's putting combinations together too, and he's landing a lot as well, even though a lot of them are hitting arms and gloves. Plenty are getting through, like that right hand there.
It's a fast start to round number 8 from Linus Udofia. He was waiting at the center of the ring, and he's just got straight down to business, and that's a good body shot, and not a great deal's coming here from John Harding Jr. He tries to hold on, but the legs just betraying him slightly there, and this is really good from the Luton man.
Yeah, good work. He looks like he's boxing a real, kind of found a real nice groove to his work, good rhythm, stepping off to the side, changing the angle, going up and down head and body, mixing the shots up as well, mixing the combinations up, good repertoire. Nice jab there from Harding though.
Yep, comes back at him. This was the round though that Harding was stopped by Jack Cullen in August of last year in Liverpool. Gave it a real good go, but just couldn't deal in the end with Cullen.
There's nice jabs there from Harding, but like his corner was telling him, he's only landing single shots, one at a time. He needs to put a right hand on the back of that and maybe a left hook too.
There we go, good job.
These are hard, stiff jabs from Harding. I'd like to see him double up on that, put a right hand behind it.
Udofia's 3 wins last year against Darren Cordona, Liam Griffiths and Tyler Denny. First fight of 2020. Harding had one against Kristaps Zulgis just down the road in Dunstable. Won in a couple of rounds, needed that before the middleweight title challenge for the board. Right hand from Udofia. He's moving ahead now, isn't he, Matt?
Yeah, I think so. He's completely outworking Harding. Harding is landing some good shots, but they're too few and far between, and when they do the single shots. Good right hand there from him, though.
It's those reminders, isn't it? But the corner wants him to sustain his attacks, to throw more out.
Yeah, 30 seconds to go or so in the round. I think he may try and finish the round strong here and hopefully catch the judge's eye.
There you go, come on. Good cut, right hand, Pester. Your time, let's go again. Now you watch, Pester. You watch, Pester.
Yeah, volume again from Udofia. This is another good round for the Luton middleweight.
I think Harding's really starting to feel the pace here too. Breathing heavy, mouth open.
Thanks, Matt. Now let's hear from Anthony Joshua about Joshua Buatsi.
I only know, I remember we're not in the same division, so I haven't got no beef with Buatsi. So I don't know Buatsi for the hard-headed fighter, but I know Buatsi for the man he is, and he gives me advice as well. For like before my fights, he reaches out to me. I think with Buatsi, why he will do great things in boxing, because his belief in God, like he has a reason, and his reason's bigger than boxing. So what I believe is that through boxing, he'll use his platform to go on and do great things after. That rugged edge is only to fulfill his destiny and purpose, and he has to do it through fighting.
One of our leading heavyweights managing a fighter on the bill to another. Dillian White looking more concerned now about his charge, John Harding Jr. Remember Joshua Buatsi topping the bill tonight. Very excited to see his ring return. Stay with us through a Sunday night of boxing entertainment, and it's been a really good start here, Matt.
Yeah, it's been a really good fight. Well matched, both good jabs. Good jabbers, sorry, both of them have got good jabs. Udofia busier. Harding landing back maybe some harder, cleaner ones, but certainly the volume and the tempo coming from Udofia.
Yeah, just out of range. Harding Jr., they wanted him to use his jab like he was. That's good in the earlier rounds.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Adam, that stiff, hard jab where he really steps into it, really stamps it in, and it snaps the head back of Udofia. No doubt Harding has landed the better, harder jabs, but Udofia comes firing back with twice as many. Both of them jabbing up and down head and body. You can see both of them are trying to set the right hand off.
Start playing back.
Come back. Go lazy, Linus, come on.
Don't go lazy, Linus, they're saying, in that blue corner. He's much the younger man. Head's going in. But then a jab and a right hand.
Yeah, you see Adofia there just stepping to the side, pivoting, getting up front of the shoulder, changing the angle, but didn't do anything. He made the move, but then he didn't capitalise on it. He's done that a few times, Adofia.
That's what we're talking about.
Body shot from Harding Jr., applauded by Xavier Miller.
We go first. Come on, let's go. Body work, Pastor, come on. There we go. Bring your team
Good stick jab there from Harding. When Adofia's doing some nice moves there, he's slipping outside the jab, he's making Harding miss, but then he's not making him pay, he's not firing back with the counter. Oh, good right hand.
Great shot from Linus Udofia and John Harding. Can he get out from this? Legs are tired, and it is over in the 9th round. And the brave challenge of John Harding Jr. comes to an end as Linus Udofia retains the English belt. He was getting on top, certainly the last 3 or 4 rounds. He would have been, I think, pretty far ahead on the cards as well. And John Harding Jr., well, he walked into that shot, and he was tired too, Matt.
Yeah, I had him behind on mine. I had his 78, 75 going into the 9th round, but you could see fatigue was really starting to come over him. He was struggling with the pace, I think, and even though he's moaning there at the referee stopping the fight, he didn't really, you know, his body language wasn't good. And when the ref got to 9, you know, you need to be ready to continue, and he wasn't. He wasn't facing the ref, he wasn't responding. So, you know, I've no complaints there with the stoppage.
A disappointing end for John Harding Jr. He gave absolutely everything to it, but it was a lovely shot, a beautifully picked right hand from Udofia, and maybe that extra power, his 8th knockout win. I just felt he had more about him, Udofia, the variety and just that extra bit of class, Matt.
Yeah, and I mean, on the knockdown here, Adam, you can see that Harding was looking to land a shot himself, so he was throwing the right hand. So as he was throwing the right hand, he turned into the shot, so walked onto it literally. Didn't see the shot coming. He was just focused on landing his right hand. And as he pivoted to trying to generate the power into his own, he walked onto the right hand from Udofia. Didn't see the shot coming, went down, and like I say, they got up before the count of 9, but didn't have his gloves up, wasn't, you know, communicating to the referee that he was fit and ready and able to go on. He wasn't, the body language wasn't good, so, you know, I can understand why the referee waved it off there. Good performance, though, from Udofia. Very busy, nice rhythm, very good jab, good body shots as well. And Harding had a good tight defense, and he was still able to penetrate it many, many times. Good performance from him. I think he'll be really, really happy with that. He's undefeated. He's English champion now as well. So I think we'll certainly be seeing a lot more from this guy.
He told us to expect a performance on this sort of stage under the lights. We've seen him once or twice before, Udofia. But this a breakthrough for him. A good night and a good fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Michael Alexander calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 2 minutes and 7 seconds of round number 9. Your winner by RSC and still the English middleweight champion, Linus Udofia.
16-0, the English middleweight champion. He's definitely one to watch out for now, Linus Udofia. Great character too. And he does sell tickets in this sort of area when we get crowds back. Meanwhile, so much on at the moment. The NFL in full swing. The Eagles at the 49ers. And that's from the early hours. Later on tonight, 1:10 coverage, Sky Sports NFL channel. The Eagles at the 49ers, don't miss that. So much sport being shoehorned into the back end of 2020. And we've got some boxing schedule ahead until Christmas. Really decent night here of fights. We expected a good one between Udofia and Harding Jr. And we got it. A feel for the man from South London. He'll be deflated and disappointed And he put a good shift in tonight, but he can be proud of his life story. But this guy, we're going to see more of him. Linus Udofia with Andy.
Linus, massive congratulations. You found the shot to finish it inside the distance. Just how happy are you with the result and your performance?
I don't know how to feel right now. I'm still in like dreamland in a minute, you know, like I'll process it in about 10 minutes.